University of Connecticut women's basketball team has reigned as one of the most dominant basketball teams in the sport's history. But now, one of the Lady Huskies' youngest recruits is bringing a whole new energy to the team.
My name is Daniela Ciriello. I signed a letter to join the UConn ladies basketball team.
We love having her as a teammate, and we love having her family as part of the UConn family.
Seeing the players play makes me feel stronger.
And what that means is she has a genetic disorder where her blood does not produce healthy red blood cells, and it requires her to get blood transfusions every 3 weeks just to live.
I go to the hospital 3 weeks, and I get poked in the chest and my arm for new blood, so I have energy.
She battles a lot due to her condition.
The hospital recommended us to Team Impact.
So her hospital, Connecticut Children's Medical Center, came to us and said they wanted her to be part of Team Impact, and they recommended it was a great thing for her. Team Impact pairs chronically ill children with local universities sports teams. Eventually they came back and said, guess what? The UConn Women Huskies drafted her and they want her to be part of the team.
So hello there, everybody. We just saw a quick little video of 9-year-old Daniela Ciriello of Plainville, Connecticut. And she is what we've heard described as sassy. So the thing that's great about Daniela, there's a lot of things, but she is really an inspiration, and she is somebody that has, through Team Impact, been adopted by the greatest women's basketball team in the land, University of Connecticut Huskies. And what makes the relationship so special is Daniela was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder called Cooley's anemia that requires her to go to Connecticut Children's Hospital every 3 weeks for infusions. So we're going to talk all about this great story. And I want to just say, welcome, Daniela. Are you happy to be talking to us this morning?
Yes.
So what I want to know, what everybody wants to know, is you were introduced to Team Impact a couple of years ago. And then how did they introduce you for the first time to the Connecticut Huskies women's team?
Child life from my child specialist, Kelly.
Oh, Kelly introduced you to Team Impact?
Yep.
Isn't that wonderful? Kelly is such a nice person. You know, we deal a lot with the child life staffs at a lot of hospitals. And Kelly's one of the really nice people at Connecticut Children's. We love her. That's great. And then what happened? I understand that you had like a real player signing day. What was that about? Can you tell me about that?
It was about when I was officially on the team and I signed the paper.
And who was there when you signed the paper?
All of the UConn girls, and my parents.
Wow. Was Coach there too?
Yeah.
Wow. So you actually autographed a document that said you were a member of the team?
Yep.
How excited were you?
I was super excited.
Now, it's been a little crazy the last year because of COVID, but have you been able to spend any time with the team?
I went to the campus on Tuesday and I showed them my dance moves and we filmed on TikTok.
I'm so fat, you can see it from the back. Go babies, go babies, go babies, go babies.
No way. You did some TikTok filming with the other people on the team?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, how exciting was that?
it was so excited.
Now, could any of the girls do any of the moves that you did, the splits and the high kicks. So they're good at basketball, but you're way better at gymnastics, right?
Yeah.
So that's a fun thing to be able to do with your friends. Now, I understand that you also got a chance to travel with the team. How did that happen?
I got to go to their Final Four game in Texas, and I got to watch them play. Sadly, they lost, but it was still fun to be there. And I got some gifts from them, and it was just so much fun.
They gave you gifts?
Yeah,
What kind of gifts did they give you?
they gave me a towel, a backpack, some a shirts, masks, and some basketballs like these.
Now, did everybody in your family get jealous that you got all that cool swag?
Yeah, even though I gave some of the basketballs to my siblings
That was very sweet of you to do that.
and the masks, because
Well, your family has been a part of this whole journey with you too, haven't they?
yes.
So tell me a little bit about how during COVID, I guess, some of the things you did were virtual, right, with the team? I heard that they also did some stuff with you, like they support you sometimes when you go get your infusions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I heard that Mama E also does some extra special stuff around holidays. Really so fortunate today to have one of the top women basketball players in the country playing for UConn. Avina Westbrook, welcome today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So I have a relationship with little Daniela Ciriello.
Yes.
So tell me about the first time you ever met Daniela and what that was like.
I met her 2 years ago. So my first year here, wasn't able to play, but obviously I was on the team. I want to say I remember distinctly first night, just what kind of spark and energy that she has, and kind of just, asking about her story before I had got to know her, physically, got to get to meet her. But she's just like lights up a room when she walks in, and you would never know what her backstory is and what she's been through just by the way that she carries herself and how she walks around, and while she's very sassy and very outgoing, you would never know, doesn't complain about nothing. She is just an awesome human being. Her family is awesome. Her little brother is fantastic. I love their family. We all do. So we can't just wait. We can't wait to see her every time that she comes. Because of COVID, obviously led to some, we weren't able to see her, be around her so much, but she is just, she's out of this world. She amazes me.
Well, the thing that's kind of interesting is that I think Team Impact, the group that brought the two parties together, I think initially the feeling is that UConn women's basketball is going to lift Daniela's spirits, and you do that in spades. But I don't know that anybody really anticipated the impact she would have on you and your teammate.
Well, we were just kind of carrying her around with her, and I think that just her in itself kind of reminds us of hey, anything can happen to anyone at any moment. I think sometimes just as humans being naturally, we take some things for granted. So I think just carrying her around with us is hey, we're going to work hard no matter what. But just seeing her face, I think gives us a little bit more drive, in just how she carries herself, or just having the thought of her in our minds is okay, we really have something more to play for.
Yeah, that's sometimes you need that little extra motivation, right?
Absolutely.
And certainly she delivers that. The thing that she also mentioned is that, even down to blood drives and birthday parties, and you guys participate. I don't know if that's necessarily in the original playbook for, a relationship, but you guys have really gone above and beyond. Tell me a little bit about some of those events and how they transpired and how they impacted you and the team.
Yeah, so I know some of the older players who had already graduated had attended some of her blood drives in the past. I had went to the one that was last year, I believe. I was here on campus by myself, getting cleared for my knee and everything. But I had seen on Instagram, we follow her, just trying to keep up with her as COVID was going on. But they're having a blood drive. I'm in 100%. So that's not a thing for me to give. Why not give it to someone who really needs it? Like, she really needs it. So it's really nothing to us, just anything that we can do for her to put a smile on her face, because she puts a smile on ours.
Well, she's a special young lady, and so are you. What did Mama E send you?
She sent me a card for my birthday.
Did she? And for Valentine's Day and Christmas and things like that?
Yeah.
What a nice gesture. So I understand that, with Team Impact, they're such a great organization. And I think that the initial opportunity is they think that they're going to make lives better for patients like yourself. But I found that a lot of times when I talk to kids that work with Team Impact, the kids inspire the girls on the team almost more than they get inspired. Do you consciously work on trying to make the girls on the team feel like you're real teammates?
My mom films videos for the girls whenever they're about to go on a game, and then she sends them to Carly, and then they watch them.
Do you hear from some of the girls who have graduated and gone on to the WNBA?
Yep, I hear from Katie Lou, Molly, and Kyla, and Chewy follows my Instagram.
No kidding. Now, I saw that you did something very special when Katie Lou scored her 2000th point.
Yeah.
She must have loved that. Did she tell you how much that meant to her?
Yeah.
So you just for people who don't know, you made a beautiful sign congratulating her on her 2000th point, and you congratulated her, and then you finished off by saying, what did you say to her at the end of your video? Do you remember? Go UConn. Go UConn. Yeah, go Huskies. Right. That was great. If you had to pick one thing that is your favorite part about being a member of the Huskies, because you're on the team, what's your favorite part about being on the team?
When at the end of the games, when I go on the court and I throw the basketballs to the fans, like these basketballs.
You do that?
Yeah.
So, like, you could find a kid in the stands and you throw a ball to them?
Yeah, like my siblings, I just go.
Now, what's the reaction from the kids when they get a ball from you?
They're so excited, especially my family, because we trade all our balls and stuff.
Talk to me a little bit more about Kelly and your visits to Connecticut Children's Medical Center. So you go for an infusion every 3 weeks?
Yes.
And how long does it take for you from start to finish when you get to the hospital?
6 hours.
6 hours to get infused, yeah. And what do you do while you're there for the 6 hours to keep a positive mind of what you're going through? Do you have any special tricks that you use to keep that big smile on your face? I
play on my iPad, and the toy room opened up a few weeks ago. So now we're allowed to go play at the toy room. So I play at the toy room.
That's fantastic. That must put a big smile on your face while you're going through this, right?
And I also watch movies when I'm there.
That's fantastic. So if you see other kids and they're feeling a little down, do you try to build up their spirits, kind of like the Huskies do with you sometimes?
Yeah, when I'm at the hospital and I see somebody in like the toy room sad, I'll ask them if they want to play with me.
Isn't that very sweet? And that must put a smile on your face too, right? Wow, I'm very proud of you for doing that, Daniela. That's, it's one of the things that's so important. And I think, the Husky girls, they all get it, right? They all understand about giving back, using their celebrity to help others. And it's so nice that they passed that along to you, their littlest teammate. That's exciting. So I just have one more question for you. And that is, so in 10 years from now, and you graduate high school, have you given any thought as to what college you might like to attend?
MCONN.
Well, that's awesome. And I can't thank you enough for being the inspiration that you are and for being just a nice person. And the world needs a lot of nice people, and your story is going to put smiles on a lot of kids' faces. So on behalf of, and I know you come from a great family, because you couldn't turn out as special as you are if you didn't have a great family around you. And so tell your parents and tell your siblings how much we're proud of them as well. And the folks at Team Impact have done a great job aligning you with a great organization. So thank you for your time today, Daniela. And we can't wait to see what happens this season with the Huskies.